New day, new role. Today, we're going to be talking about healers. Side note, I was looking for a different song to accompany the video, just so that each role had a different dungeon or soundtrack from the game, but I couldn't find anything. So I'm sticking with the Academia song until I change my mind. But side note, as I was looking for music, remember this scene in the Amarat MSQ dungeon where all the Amarat teens are running away from the end of the world? What if I told you they were running away from Bard? So yeah, we're talking about healers today. We got 3 of them. White Mage, Scholar, Astro. We get Sage next expansion, but we know nothing about them or their skills, so there's no need to spin the wheel on them. Let's hop right into it. White Mage. Do I have the document? No, hold on. Let me get the document out. Out of all the roles, I think healer could use a bit of help here, not from the Bard dev. They should avoid that man at all costs. Hopefully the tanks took enough of a beating. That's good, cool. Let's get rid of that. Alright. 3 spins for White Mage. Let's get the first one out of the way. Copy another job. This is what I was kind of hoping the tanks would roll. But this is actually the chaotic square slice. So we get to use our second wheel. We didn't use this wheel at all last episode. Copy another job means exactly what it says. We're going to steal a skill from another job in this game, but we need to figure out which skill we're stealing. We're gonna roll for it. All right, we're stealing a Dark Knight skill. Let me just make note of that. All right. So what are we copying? I guess we do random number gen to see what skill we get. Let's roll between 1 and 80. 75. Alright. Let's see what's the most appropriate skill we can take at 75. Alright, so to toss up, we have either an off-global damage source, akin to Edge of Shadow, which is mostly the trait. Or we take Dark Missionary. And White Mage gains another party CD. Well, let's flip for it, right? We'll do heads, the Flood, and tails, the party CD. Where's the coin flipper? Alright. We only need to flip 1 coin. It's heads. Okay. So we get an off global damage AoE. So nice. White Mage will have something to weave in between their holy spam. This is the AoE one, right? Flood of Shadow? Okay, cool. So we rolled 75, got heads. AoE, OGCD. Do we make it cost 3k mana too? We'll leave that up to the devs, right? MP costs up to devs. They can figure that shit out. We at least came up with the idea. Alright. Skill 2. Nice. All right, White Mage, what skill are you getting next? Why? Why would it do that? That's so boring. White Mage is White Mage. Dark Knight just getting shit on this expansion, but what's new, right? Alright, Dark Knight 16. Unmend and Soul Eater. None of these skills would necessarily work. Unless we want a GCD that heals us. That seems kind of lame. Blood Weapon. Ooh, actually, if we turn Blood Weapon into a version where you gain a Lily after 5 GCDs, that would be sick. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Alright. It's just... I want some more variety here. This is why we have all the random rolls. You rolled 16, right? Yeah. Okay. Just to clarify too, it's a regular lily, not a blood lily. That would be a little too busted if only 5 GCDs got you the 1200 potency. Alright, last but not least, skill returns. Okay, so I did some homework on the healers, and they don't have too many skills that were completely wiped off. Most of the skills were either put into role actions or repurposed into other abilities. Right? So instead of doing random number generator or searching through, like with the tanks, I just created a list of things that would come back if we ever land on the skill return square. And for White Mage, I chose Arrow 3. Right? So now we have our AoE dot back. If they want to, you know, make it light expected, how they did with Glare and Dia, you might guess. But with Flood of Shadow and Arrow 3, White Mages are going to be even more ridiculous in dungeons. That's some good shit. Alright, next up is Scholar. Where are we here? Okay, cool. Alright, of the 3 healers, it feels like Bard has the most interaction with the toolkit that Summoner got. I mean that in terms of fucking shit up. Stuff like Seraph being tough to deal with for no reason, really. And it was changed to be more difficult to manage. This is awesome. Alright. So we need to go through the Scholar's Toolkit and see what we can inconvenience them on. Let me just make a note of that. What would piss me off? Not really sure. The only thing that's really coming to mind is more of a subtle, like, nag at the job, but it's infuriating nonetheless. Because you know it's the room too. We're just gonna take 10 potency off. Good job, Bard Dev. Maybe they see something down the road as being very powerful, so they need to level out Scholar's flexibility and, I don't know, overall power. They feel the 10 potency knockoff is just enough. Everybody else is like, yeah, whatever, Bard. We'll let it slide. Just shut up. Please. Alright. Next spin. Ooh, 2 scoops. Alright, what could Scholar use 2 scoops of? 30. So add low sucker. Bay illumination? I guess so. I would want it to be Aetherflow, but it didn't roll that close. This kind of reminds me of the double thrill buff for Warrior, since they're both 120 CD skills. Increases healing. That's not bad. 2 stacks of 5% mitigation, or magic mitigation. Alright, we'll do it. I don't think these solve the Scholar problems. But we're not here to solve the Scholar problems. Neither is the dev team with no change. We're just here to provide some help. That's pretty sad though. I hope they don't read this page when I send the notes in. Scholar could really use some help. But don't worry, we're gonna go over the special skills that I've created myself at the end. Maybe they can at least listen to those. Astrologium. Wait, am I dumb? How do I Google Doc? There we go. Let's back out of here and go here. Take a spin. You can't make this up. There's 7 categories. Why is Bard always in this shit? Alright, Bard Dev, what are you ruining now? Oh no. Alright. It's draw. You know what the change is. This shit isn't off global right now. What if we put that on the GCD? Wouldn't that feel great? I know it wouldn't. But the Bard thinks it's a great idea because weaving with that 1.5 second GCD makes the job feel a little too fast for the Bard. We need to slow things down. If the floor is going to be able to compete with each other, they need to have this in place to keep the good and great Astro players together. I thought they were fixing healers this expansion. Thank God Sage isn't on this fucking list. Alright, second spin. Ooh, returning skill. Okay. At least for this one, I hooked it up. All right. So Bards, you could thank me later for this. So what's returning is a celestial opposition. It's already in the game, but we're returning exclusively the extension function that it used to have. And let me do an underline. Yeah. Time dilation. But this is going to be reworked a little bit. Damn, is that how you spell dilation? Yeah, I meant that. Okay. So, goodbye. Okay. So, old school Celestial Op would extend things like heal over time and cards. So would time dilation. But time dilation was single target, and you would extend you could extend even pots, I believe. I may be wrong on that, but I feel like it used to be busted in that way. There's just a caveat being extension is only towards Astro skills. So things like Sinistry, all heal over times, card bonuses, divination. So you can't do any cheesy stuff like extending pots. So just to keep things simple and in line. Last roll. I literally do one take of this video. As you know, I have no editor. How is this man real? Okay, Astro. What else can we fuck up for you? That's so unfortunate, man. The deviant in me wants to touch sleeve draw, but that skill's already fucked up. I don't think the Bard Dev could do anything more to it. You know what? We'll hit a minor skill. No. I'm pretty sure the dev team sees that Bard gets to make 2 decisions on one job that's not their own, so it definitely needs to be a minor change at best. So we're gonna hit horoscope. Yeah, this horoscope, not the actual ability that procs. We're gonna change this from 30 seconds, sorry, from 60 seconds to 80 seconds. Just cause, you know, the Bard likes that number. Horoscope CD change. Ooh. Alright. These buffs / changes definitely did not help the healers, except for White Mage. White Mage, king. Let me pull up the custom skills I created and we can get out of here. Where are they? Here? No. Wrong sticky note. Okay. While I was creating these skills, I had a tough time actually trying to put together something that makes sense, because even though we're doing this for funds, it's hard to pin down what they want healers to be outside of heal DPS bots. Because I don't know, the population doesn't really do the full damage capabilities of the healer, even though they do an insane amount of damage nowadays. And I'm of the personal opinion that healers have way too many CDs to do the healing for them, which I understand makes for a fun style of gameplay where you're not pressing GCDs at all to heal. But it leaves me in a weird spot to give them something. Because if they already have too many off-global healing abilities, why am I going to give them another one? And if most players aren't doing DPS, why would I give them a DPS skill so late into the job's growth in the 4th expansion? Normally you can just cover that by making the next nuke spell +1, right? Yeah, like Stone 7 or something. But here's what I came up with. So for White Mage, we have a skill called Exalted Pegasus. I was inspired by the level 20 quest where we get a unicorn as a mount while you're still a conjurer. And it is a party-wide region like Medica 2. So pretty much Whispering Dawn, but for White Mage. And it uses 1 lily. Very simple. Pretty much the only other thing that the lily system is missing is a regen, because right now we have single target heal and AoE heal. I think it fits in nicely with the kit overall. It's very easy to understand, you know, how white mages are. We got the small brain. Okay. Scholar. I have an improved Sacred Soil, so it'll probably end up being a trade because it's affecting a skill that already exists. But we're bringing back Shadow Flare and we're attaching it to Sacred Soil. So the Sacred Soil big bubble will also be Shadow Flare. However, Sacred Soil right now is 30 seconds as a cooldown. Because we're adding a damage component to it, I need to put it at a 60-second CD, so we're not having these sweaty scholars placing down bubbles every 30 seconds. So from the moment it disappears, they're already putting another one down to refresh their dots. Yeah, just like how I said here. Damn, passed me. Good job making notes. Okay, and then last we have Astro. Their skill is Royal Lightspeed. It's a shit name. Sorry. But I was trying to think of something to do with Royal Road, and then I realized I didn't want to touch the cards at all because I have no idea what the dev team is doing with them. So it's an upgrade of Lightspeed. And each cast under Lightspeed procs a Comet Shower, causing additional damage to each enemy affected by gravity. Because you're proccing this off of gravity with Lightspeed active, it's pretty much there for dungeons. You're just doing more damage overall. However, the way that the skill reads, it's each cast under Lightspeed. So the cast in Lightspeed doesn't have to be gravity. However, if a target has been recently hit with the gravity spell, which is your AoE damage skill, then you get an additional free proc of damage happening. So in dungeons, while you're spamming, this will just happen naturally. If you're on a boss or single target, then you would cast gravity first, and then either in light speed or out of light speed, and then you would continue to get the procs afterwards. This actually works pretty well too with some bosses that we've gotten that are two bosses in one. Sometimes, you know, we pull them together and they stack for a brief second, or if you're coming back from an intermission where the boss is untargetable and you cast a spell in place. Although I don't think that works for gravity, right? Because you still need a target for gravity, but you cast it in place. Or am I thinking of holy? I don't know. As you can see, I'm an Astro Master. But yeah, just more damage overall for the Astro. Very simple job kit touch-ups. I admit I had a tough time creating the skills again, because I feel healers are still in a rough spot and they need to be looked at much more deeply by someone that's not me. So I don't get paid to do this shit. But thanks for watching. I am really glad that I made a template thumbnail, because it's going to be very simple to put the little healer icon in the center of the wheel. Thanks for watching. New video tomorrow on the next role. Not sure which one I'll choose, but there's only DPS left, right? So pick your poison. Peace.